Hey guys, so I originally wanted to do this vlog without my glasses on so you can see my actual face, but then I realized I probably won't be looking at the camera if I don't have my glasses on. Like, I don't know where this is. So now you see I have my glasses back on. So if you follow me on Tumblr, you probably know what's been going on for the past week. I'm just going to recap a little bit. So basically, I'm gonna need a working permit issued by the Hong Kong Immigration Department to allow me to basically to work as well as living in Hong Kong in the next year, for the next 12 months. So I need that permit to basically verify my legal status in the city. Without that, I'm no longer a legal resident in Hong Kong by, I think, the end of August. So what happened was that I handed in my documents at the beginning of July, and I made a few inquiry calls, and then they say it usually takes about 2 or 3 weeks for them to process and then to issue me the permit. And by which time they would notify me by mail. You know, they would send a letter to my address, which I did not receive 3 weeks later. So I made another inquiry call to ask them about it, and then they say, yeah, we will follow up, and then they took my personal info, and I was waiting for them to give me an answer, which they never did. And so it was from the beginning to the end. I made 4 inquiry calls, and I wrote 2 inquiry emails. They were all received and forwarded, I assume, but I didn't receive any answer whatsoever. So basically, I gave all my documents to the immigration office, and they're supposed to tell me when my permit will be ready, and they never did. I never received the letter. And when I asked them about it, and they never told me, you know, what went wrong in the process, or, you know, whether my permit is ready. Just nothing. My complaint just went into this black hole, this void, and nothing's coming back. So after the 4th inquiry call, I kind of lost my patience, because I really need that permit for me to, because that's not the only thing I need for me to, you know, move on in my life. I need to apply other permits as well. So I really need that to be done as soon as possible. So what happened was that yesterday morning, I went up to the immigration office in person. And then I went to the receptionist and I gave her my entry pass, and then she checked the computer and said, yeah, your permit is ready. And from the look of it, my permit has been ready for a while, because assuming this is the 4th week. So I suppose my permit was ready, could be ready as early as, almost 2 weeks ago. So, and then I got my permit, like, without a problem. It was just, I line up, and then I pay my fees, and then I got my permit. Like, it was just normal process. And that was a normal permit, because like thousands of graduates from different universities in Hong Kong would need that permit to extend their stay in the city, like, every year. So every summer, a lot of people would apply for this permit. And so it's not unusual for them to process you know, someone like me, and then issue me a permit. So it's what they've been doing the whole time. It's something they're very used to. And then I got the question, why did they never tell me that my permit was ready? Because I made 4 inquiry calls, and it took me 4 working days. You know, all the inquiries happened in 4 working days before I actually went up to their office in person. So what took them so long? Or why is it so difficult to just tell me that my permit is ready? I just don't understand. What took you so long? Why did it so difficult? You know, I know the people who were receiving the inquiry calls are not the ones responsible for, you know, these things. But when you receive the message, you know, there's someone asking you, someone who never got any update from the immigrations, or asking if her case has been processed, and if the answer is yes, why can't you just tell her that, you know, your case has been processed and your permit is ready. How hard is that? It's just one phone call. I gave them my phone number like 5 times if you add the emails, and nobody bothered to just give me a call. And I know it could be, a hassle, because you probably receive a lot of inquiries every day. But for you, it's an office job. But for us, it's like really important for each individual who are trying to get this permit. It's going to affect their life for the next year. It's basically, they need that legal status to stay in the city. And so for me, the whole waiting process was just super agonizing. It just doesn't make any sense to me. That's why the inquiry emails were like really angry emails. I was like, your service is terrible and I don't deserve this. Why do you make a law-abiding citizen go through such agony? My future is in your hands, and it's very disturbing. So these are basically the things I wrote in my email. And I still cannot process, how come they never told me anything. I mean, the inquiries even gave me a phone number for me to directly contact the office that are supposed to be responsible for my case. And when I called, just nobody picked up. So it was just empty phone number. Why would you do that to someone who's desperately waiting for an answer? Give her a phone number where there's nobody on the other end? It's just terrible and very agonizing. And so yeah, that's just my rant. And it's not the first time that I've been, bullied by government offices. Like, if you watch some of my previous videos, you know that I had a really, really bad experience at the Canadian consulate in London. But I mean, even that was resolved in like 6 hours. It happened within one day. And this time it took me almost 4 weeks to actually get what I wanted. So, and it's the waiting. It's really, really, really hard, and it basically makes you not want to do anything but moan over whether the permit's going to get to you in time. Because without an answer, you don't really know if you got the documents right, and you don't know if they actually got the documents. So what if it was lost in the process? Or I still can't understand why their mail never got to my mailbox, because everything else got through, and somehow the immigration couldn't mail a notification to me, and that's something I don't understand. But I mean, it's over now, so I'm quite happy about that, and I can finally move on to my life. And then I'll see you next time.